What's up, guys?
Hey.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We are the Severed Floor. We're not doing a proper intro today because we're doing the thing again where Jazzy and I did the recap earlier and we're tacking this on as the discussion portion. So I did not play the standard intro, but we at least got to see the countdown, which
Yeah, always a good time.
I have a very important announcement. It's somebody's birthday today.
Oh!
And that somebody is our director of human resources.
Our very own Milchick.
Yes. She's happily chewing on a bone right now, on a special birthday bone. And we're fortunately not the Neosporin on her brother's side like she did yesterday and threw up all over the place. God. Like,
oh dear. She's reacting.
Okay. Yeah, she's looking out the window.
I've said before that all of my friends on the internet, all of their dogs are my god dogs.
I love that.
Let me see my children.
Well, everyone can be Banana's guard dog. I mean, god dog. Guard dog? God dog. No, God, no. She'd be a terrible guard dog. She's a fucking husky.
Oh, and she's gone. That's it. She's had enough.
Yeah. Typical husky. Typical husky. No attention span and terrible guard dog.
Like, happy birthday to Wild Marjorie's boyfriend. Also, I don't know his name.
Oh,
happy birthday! Boyfriend.
Happy birthday! Yeah.
Oh, awesome! That's so cool. Yeah. Huskies are not good guard dogs. They love people a little bit too much. Which is great if they ever get out. Like with her, she got out once. And I was horrified, but then I was like, okay, calm down. If she sees anybody,
she'll just hang out
going right for them. and sure enough, she did. I was like, I saw my neighbors outside. I'm like, hey, if you see her dog, can you just call Banana and she'll come running over, probably roll over on her back for belly rubs, which she did.
So is she getting a very special dance party for her birthday?
Yeah, we haven't worked that out yet. But,
not a waffle party.
I'm planning on doing an Outies Facts video with her. I'm just waiting for her to Karen out because I need a reaction.
Oh my goodness.
What is going on with your camera?
I just realized I recorded everything this morning with my Yellow Jackets background. And this included, I just realized right now that we haven't been on Yellow Jackets all day and I recorded everything.
Didn't even notice.
No, me neither.
Oh,
so funny.
Too busy looking at your face. We don't notice the background.
Yes, exactly.
I really enjoy lining my head up with the antlers.
Yes.
So
I enjoy that too, actually. I enjoy that quite a bit.
Embarrassing. Sorry, live watchers.
Anyway, hey, Wild Marjoram. Happy birthday, Chris. By the way, I'm Kelly K, head of egg security, and we heads of egg security are mad.
What happened to those eggs was diabolical. It
was criminal.
It was horrifying.
It was.
I've never been more upset.
I've never hated Helena Egan more.
That was every cut was like a cut to my soul. No, she's cutting it smaller. No, she's cutting it smaller again.
That second bite where she's like there's like a 200th of an egg on the end of the what's even terrible.
I honestly would rather. I was with James on that one. I honestly would rather her drink
just down an egg. Yeah,
can't you eat them raw? I'm Jazzy S, HR liaison for feculence-based burns.
I am Don Glenn, and I am an egg watcher.
So
I watched another show this week that was about keeping your own chickens.
nice.
And I was like, I wonder if Severance have their own chicken bit as well as their own goat bit.
Oh, I bet they do.
Yeah.
Could you
they
imagine that's
probably
your
do.
job is to bring the Egans their chickens, their eggs, I should say.
Yeah.
Daily egg torture.
Here's
Right.
your one egg. I've got better customers.
By the way, the fork that she was using, did you guys notice her fork? Like,
No.
it was super old, and I mean, it was like falling apart. Like, it had a wooden handle, and it was like completely splintered, and
Oh, I didn't notice that.
there were like chunks gouged out.
Oh wow, I did not notice that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Very strange. Something else that I noticed as being very strange in this episode was the parking lot at the train station. So if Irving was going to the end of the line, which I'm assuming this is not some commuter rail, I'm assuming this is like an Amtrak, like a long distance.
Mm-hmm.
That parking lot should be full, and there were like 2 cars there.
Yeah. The whole train station was weird.
Yes.
Like it was like
there.
It was like 1930s or something.
Yes. Yeah, there was a ticket agent. I mean,
yeah.
Like, oh, is that weird? Yeah, so that's what our train station downtown looks like. It's like Union Station in downtown LA. It's like a super old building. So
cool.
I don't spend that much time on trains.
Gotcha. But yeah, everything is so weird, and like when you pan out to like Jamie and Helena's home is fucking gigantic, and when you pan out, like their property is enormous, and then you see nothing other than the house in Lumon. Like I don't understand what's happening. Like I'm so confused. I don't understand Kier PE. I don't like.
No, it's so weird, and the continuing snow and the cold and the barrenness of everything.
Yeah,
like it's like they've taken. When we went back to that small town last week, and they basically wrung the town dry. It's like they've done that to an entire state, and it's just the bare minimum left.
Yes.
I saw a Reddit post. I shared it with Kelly, but it was talking about how nearly everyone that they showed in Salt Neck had those same like really piercing blue eyes that Miss Cobell has, and how many of the like Lumon adjacent people have those really piercing blue eyes. And they like made a point of like focusing on the 2 diner occupants.
Yeah.
But Sissy did not have that. So people are wondering if maybe it's like an effect of like what Lumon's putting in people's water, or like how they're using it to control people. But I don't know. It may be just speculation or like a random
maybe
thing. But
how many of them have got Egan blood in them?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I saw a lot of people say they thought that Miss Cobell and Hampton were like related until they started making out, and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't put that past anyone associated with Lumon to make out with their cousins.
Yeah. I think that's fine
out.
in their world.
Well, Marjoram said, yeah, we aren't on the same times now. Oh, I thought you like, I always get confused with Michigan. I always think Michigan's an hour ahead of us all the time. But yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I'm an hour earlier. You're only the East Coast is only 4 hours behind me at the moment. So I had to remember that.
Gotcha. Swing Electro is the best intro. It's so funny. I was watching Tremel Tillman on Colbert this week, and they showed that they showed the music dance experience part of the clip. Donna, you've seen that, right? Like the whole clip?
Yes.
Okay.
Colbert, yeah.
They were showing the music dance experience, and Tremel was talking about his pronunciation of Ruckschuben. And how it was inspired by Betty White as Rose Nyland.
I love that.
I saw that clip, yeah.
Because I guess that's a totally fake word, but like Americans would pronounce it Grakapan, and I guess a more Swedish pronunciation would be Grashapan. So he just channeled Rose Nyland. Went with Ruckschuben.
It's so funny when you see him being himself and you realize how much acting he's doing, you know, in real life.
Right?
Because his demeanor is so different.
He's
I'm not
so
gonna lie.
charming.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even really realize how attractive he was until I saw him off the show.
Yeah, totally.
Because he creeps me out so much as Milchick that, like, I don't know. I don't like. I'm never attracted to villains. I just
No.
and then I see them off the show. I'm like, oh, they're really hot.
Really? So you don't have that psychological issue going on with you?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
find
me
them
neither.
Can't relate.
That's so funny. But yeah, like I was watching it and I'm like, you know, I had to watch. I watch this I'm telling my husband, I'm like, I have to watch this every week. This little like the music dance experience with Colbert, and I still never get sick of it. Still never get sick of seeing it. It's so funny.
So is Milchick on the good list or the bad list this week because of how he treated Miss Hong? I was like, oh,
That hurt me, but he's still on the good list.
Oh yeah. We have shirts coming.
Yeah.
We have Devour Feculence shirts coming.
Yes. That was
also,
the best scene.
But also, like, it was so great that he picked that ring toss game because, like, it was his opportunity to smash Kier.
Right?
You know?
I feel like, wouldn't that be kind of like sacrilege almost with their like Kier obsessive
Yeah.
like, bullshit? But yeah,
I think he's over it.
I guess it was
Maybe it
cool.
was like a subtle way to tell Miss Hung to break the chains that bind them, you know?
Ooh.
Be a bit rebel.
It's crazy that he has beef with a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
I know. No, I think he's over it. I mean, the fact that he stood up to Drummond like that, he's fucking over it.
I think that maybe Mark is Milchick's Rickon, and he's like radicalizing him.
I think so.
I don't know if we I don't know if we should wait till we get to it, but the phone call I have a lot to say about.
Yeah. No, let's talk about that.
Yeah. So the phone call, when Mark's calling in to Milchick to call out of work, like there's so much acting going on in that scene with like so little being said, and it's all subtext, and like I feel like Mark saying it's just work, isn't it? Like when Milchick's made work his entire life.
Yes.
Up until this point, we don't even know if he's like, like a Huang or a Cobell where he's been in the religion his whole life, or like when he got in. But certainly since he's been in Lumon, he's been, guns and blazing, all about the job, day and night. He's always working. We've never seen his home.
No.
We don't like. I think that he has to live there. but like he's also had that iceberg picture on his behind his desk since he moved in,
Mhm.
and him staring at it and think like, you know, like what's on the surface is what you see, but there's so much more beneath. You know, I feel
Yeah.
like that moment for him was like very radicalizing and being like, you know what, there is life beyond work, and I want that for myself.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, I'm interested in. So he sent Miss Wong to the Gunnell Egan Empathy Center. So we've never heard of Gunnell Egan. We don't know who this person is,
Mhm.
but it's since okay, empathy does not seem like something that anybody at Lumen cares about,
Mm.
except for Milchick has expressed an interest in it this season. And I'm wondering if maybe this is unusual. Like
Mm.
if she would normally go somewhere else, but he's maybe
Yeah.
choosing to send her to the empathy center. I don't know.
I wish we could have seen what her award was, so we could see what year we're in. You know, as I said, Cobell's last week, we said Cobell said the year of Wiles. Is this the year
Yeah.
of empathy?
Is the year
Or
printed on it? I have a picture of it.
No,
It's
let
no,
me
it's on
see.
the
Oh,
other.
Jess, I put the link in the chat.
Thank you.
yeah, hers said year of Wiles, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like, so are there years? Is it like horoscope, Chinese horoscope? You know, or is that to
Yeah.
do with the class? Is it like class of?
I'm looking. I've got I took it out to make room for some other picks, but I've got it in here. I've got a pick in here somewhere. Of the bust. Let's see. Let me add it and see what we can see.
Cool.
It's in one, right? Dawn, did you? Jazzy and I both got. We were talking about this during before our recap. Did you get some Mommy Dearest vibes from the first scene?
Yes. Very much. Yes.
Yeah.
Creeptastic.
Okay.
What?
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
There's another one of
there is?
there's one of just the
When is it when she picks it up to smash the thing?
I don't think
Do we
it came
see?
through.
No, shit.
No.
It's under my other login, or I would pull it up.
But
I have to get off of here to do that.
Yeah, I'll have to check that and comment on it during our next episode. But yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
I didn't go back and freeze frame it because I was too busy thinking about her game.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, I need to get your opinion. I need to get both of your opinions on this because I have a feeling that my opinion is not going to be very popular.
Let's hear it.
The Dylan Gretchen thing.
Okay.
I think she fucked up.
I don't know why she told him.
Yeah, I don't think she should have told him either.
Why did she tell him?
Yeah. She's obviously too honest.
She's way too honest. That's a situation where honesty, it does nobody any favors.
Doesn't help anyone.
Yeah. It's not like she's cheating on him with some other person. I mean, this was her husband, and it was a version of her husband that she knew at one time. Otherwise, she never would have kissed him. You know? She loves him, but I can see why Outie Dylan would get upset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're saying you're not this person anymore, so I don't love you as much as him.
Him saying use my own body to cheat on me really hit. Like,
Yeah.
that's a painful way to think of it.
I know. I also feel though like he got a little bit too upset, and I think they should have talked about it. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
but why would she tell him that when he's about to go to work? Like,
Ah,
Gretchen was not using her brain in this episode.
No.
no.
Sorry, Gretchen. I like you, but you weren't thinking.
What do you think? Do you think that Milchick suspected this would happen when he decided to bring Gretchen in?
I don't know.
Because why?
It says it's the year of vision. Sorry to interrupt. I found
thank
it.
Oh, it's the
you,
year of
thank
vision.
you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Year of
it
vision.
says
Okay.
Jamie Egan Wintertide Fellowship Eustace Hung Year of Vision.
Oh,
Gotcha.
thank you.
Sorry,
Interesting.
I couldn't let that go.
Okay.
That's right. Glad to know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I'm assuming that Milchick brought it in to sort of sweet deal Dylan and keep him doing what he wanted to do. So in order to keep him happy, he knew that Gretchen would make him happy.
Yeah.
Did he not see further down the line what that would mean?
Right? That's like,
what would happen?
who couldn't have foreseen that happening?
Yeah.
Right?
Like, the second they met, I was like, oh, they're banging. Like,
Yeah.
Obviously, they were going to fall in love. It was really, really obvious to me anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know how they thought that was going to play out.
No, I don't know what they're trying to do to Dylan. Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the theories I've been reading lately is that, like, the whole thing for Lumon is breeding and trying to, like, impregnate and indoctrinate as many new children into, like, the Lumon fold as possible that are, like, under their control.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the point, as they wanted.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Like, Dylan, they know Dylan and Audi Dylan and Gretchen aren't really, compatible anymore. So they're like, let's try to pump some more kids out of her. We'll switch them up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, before I forget, okay, this is a little off topic, but I read something today that, like, I was not looking at anything Severance related, but I read something today that just, like, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect timing that I'm reading this right before we do our Severance live. So the Chikai Bardo episode, we were talking about, like, I was talking about how maybe the thank you card writing was some type of, like, it was a past life memory or some kind of generational phobia. And apparently that is a thing. Phobias can be generational. They can, like, they can actually be inherited. I did not know that. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So, like, if your mom has a fear of heights, it's very possible that you might have an unexplained fear of heights.
Cool. Well, I mean, not cool, but you know what I mean. Fascinating is what I mean. Yeah, that's interesting.
So what, Jazz, I didn't get to ask you this yet since we haven't really discussed it. So I want to get your opinion, and obviously Dawn, I want to get your opinion on this. Do you understand what was going on when James showed up at Lumon and was like, you tricked me?
No. I was deeply uncomfortable.
I don't understand. I'm so confused.
While Marjoram has a comment right here, and I was literally just thinking that. Where'd it go? Did it scroll by? There it is. Yes.
Oh,
yes. James having sex with Ellie or other relatives.
I mean, obviously, James has scattered babies around because she was like, she's one of James, meaning he's had multiple random women come to give birth to his children at this, facility. Is he gonna beg his daughter? Are
What's
they
that?
gonna try to make? Are they gonna try to make like a pure Lumen cure baby? Like,
That's what they used to do
let's use
long
because
time
he
ago.
knows that she won't fight back and have like some resistance.
And that, if you think about that, I mean, don't think about it too long, but if you think about that in the context of Helena having sex with Mark and wanting that experience, you know, when we were talking about, oh, maybe she'd only had she'd had no relationships or she'd had heavily controlled relationships. What if the only relationship she'd had was with her father?
Yeah.
It's
That would make
breathing
sense that
stock.
she's like, oh my god, it's me kissing a guy and I want to experience that. And why she wouldn't understand it was assault. Why she
Yeah.
wouldn't think about that, because that's the way she's been treated all her life.
That's too dark. I hope that's not where they're going.
Yeah, I know.
That's too dark. That's too dark.
I mean, they're breeding children, but yeah, this is too dark.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's horrible.
Now, I think that there's a lot of I think there have been a lot of babies produced at those waffle parties, and I think that there are a lot of people out there that don't realize that their innies are taking part in these waffle parties and having children that they never, that they don't know about.
That just get completely raised in Lumen and indoctrinated into I definitely, especially with the change in the opening credits and all the babies and the doctor appearing in the fertility clinic. I definitely think breeding and control of children is a big part of whatever their overall.
I also would not be surprised if they manage to convince the any women if they get pregnant that they're not pregnant, that there's I would not be surprised if they managed to convince them that, if they figured out something with their outie where their outie was paid to be a surrogate or something, or and then they would just tell the any no, you're not actually pregnant, and then they just anesthetize them for the birth. And,
the whole birthing thing, it just, it's so hard to wrap your head around that the any would just be like, oh, I'm having a baby, and then poof, the baby's gone. They're not pregnant anymore. It's so weird.
What's up, Scarlett?
Hi.
We got some Yellow Jacket vibes here.
Yellow Jacket vibes. Who's
in the avatar?
What's for dinner, kids? Or kids, what's for dinner? I always wanted to have a Yellow Jackets live called Kids What's for Dinner, and nobody agreed with me on it, and I thought it was perfect.
I thought about that too.
That's at least what the bird watchers are saying.
Yeah. Do you guys think that so nobody's at Lumen right now other than Helly.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting there memorizing left, right, not doing any work.
Who's stuck there with shame?
It's a far cry from the first episode when Gwendolyn, Y, and Mark W were there, and everybody is at the end of the episode, they got rid of those people, so our core gang is back together, and the whole season the core gang has not been together at all.
That's so true.
Oh
that was one of the things that bummed. The only thing really, I loved the episode, but that really bummed me out that at the penultimate episode of last season, everyone was in sync and they were getting ready to lash out at Lumen together. Mm-hmm. And now they're all so separated, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, it's got very Walking Dead season 4 vibes.
Yes. Do you think we've seen the last of Irving? I'm gonna cry if we have.
We better not have. I will fucking go to New York. I will hop on a plane to New York and pick it. I will show up at John Turturro's house. I'll be like, I don't
do-
care if you didn't even want to play this character anymore. I don't care. You're getting your ass back there, and you're going to demand that
I
Irving-
did read something before the season started that he was leaving, and I was like, no, and then now I'm like, oh, is he? I don't want to. I don't
No.
think he is.
No, I can't. I can't handle that. No.
Then they had to have the scene that reflected the plant room where
Yeah.
where Bert wanted to kiss Irving, and he was like, "No, it's not time." And then it's like, "Now it's time, but it's not time."
I'm ready. Oh, it was heartbreaking.
Tragic.
Him resting his forehead, I guess. His forehead.
And he's whispered, I'm ready. And Bert going, no, we can't. Oh.
And he said, and Bert was trying to kiss him in the plant room, and he said,
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry guys. Show's over. I'm gonna go jump off my roof.
Yeah, why not?
My
It's
God.
just, and they said on the the behind the scenes thing, they did compare them to Romeo and Juliet. I think it was Christopher Walken did. And I'm like, oh, they are Romeo and Juliet. They're so tragic.
But
I'm
Romeo and
sick.
Juliet got to bang.
Yeah.
This one
Yes.
I love you, Jazzy. That's always my thoughts too. Like, okay, I don't mind if you kill them off as long as they got to bang first.
I know, at least once.
Yes. I need Christopher Walken throwing his legs over John Turturro's shoulders and saying, "Diaper me, daddy."
We do need the Christopher Walken John Turturro makeout scene.
Yeah.
We
No,
do.
sorry. That was a reference, by the way, to John Turturro's appearance on Seth Meyers this week, if you haven't seen it.
It wasn't just you revealing your personal fetish.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't just me wanting Irving to diaper Bert.
But man, we could even if they would just a make-out scene would have been so cute and lovely. And they would have been down for it. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
refuse to believe. I refuse to believe that Irving is leaving. This was the penultimate episode. He has to be in the season finale.
I
It's
feel like
just-
there's too many unanswered questions with his character.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
we didn't find out who he was talking to, did we?
No.
On the phone? No.
No.
Okay, that's good. That wasn't just me being stupid. Like, no, we didn't get that answered, did we? And I've forgotten. No.
I'm glad we got the question of Bert answered, though, at least.
Yeah.
Yes.
That he is a shady dude, but he actually seems to like have feelings for Irving, even in the Audi world.
Right?
Yes. Because their
Like,
love transcends boundaries. That's
Yeah, like how much bleeds through that chip because they still immediately fell in love
Mhm.
as soon as they basically as
Yeah.
soon as they met face to face.
They're
It's
like
like-
the Jade and Tabitha of Severance.
It's like, when you see somebody on a movie or whatever, and you're like, oh, that actor, I know them. And they're in something I really like. You get that feeling of they are
Yeah.
connected to something happy in my brain, but I can't think what it is. And then you look it up and you go, oh, yeah, they're in that show I love. It's like
Yeah.
that. You have the feeling before you have the knowledge. So I think it must be, when Bert and Irving met each other, they had the feeling instantly that broke through any cerebral kind of knowledge of each other.
Yeah, exactly.
This might be too Los Angeles of a reference, but I feel that way when you run into a famous person at like the grocery store and your brain is like, do I know them from high school? No, they're fucking, it's like Kevin Smith getting his toilet paper at Kroger, but like,
No, I totally get that.
Yeah, there's like a part of your brain that can't figure out why you know this person's face at first.
Yeah.
So at
But
least
you
what
just
happens
know
to me.
you know them. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time that happened to me, I saw a guy coming out of McDonald's and I was like, oh, that's a friend of my husband's. No, it was somebody from TV. I said hi to him and just went, hi.
No, what's so funny that I always have that experience with, because I've seen him in so many things, and for some reason it always takes me a minute to recognize him, is Logan Miller. Do you guys know who that is? He played Benjamin on The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
But he's in like he's always turning up in movies that I'm watching. He's in a lot of horror films. A whole lot. And I swear to God, he's in like every second or third movie that I watch. And it still takes me a minute. I'm like, and you know, he's usually playing like really kind of scummy characters. Benjamin was kind of a different character for him. So it like, and I still like, Benjamin was the first thing I saw him in, and I think maybe that's why, because Benjamin was kind of a sweet kid, and so I think that might be why it always takes me a minute to realize, oh yeah, okay, that's Logan Miller, okay. Benjamin, for those listening or watching who don't remember who Benjamin was, because you were like not as intensive a viewer as we were, he was Henry's older brother.
Yeah.
He got shot in the leg and then died on Carol's kitchen table.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're like the Jade. They really are like the Jade and Tabitha of Severance. They just, they probably have. I still feel like they may have found each other there a few times.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
and
probable.
It's interesting. It's interesting to me that when Irving went to Bert's, went to meet Bert and Fields for dinner, he did something with Radar. He I don't know if he locked him up or had somebody else watching him because he felt like Drummond or somebody else might come by. But this time, Radar was there when Bert came into his house, and Radar was just sitting there like a good boy, just like he
knew him.
I have so many questions about it, I still feel like there's something that we're not seeing that happened, like somebody's memories were wiped or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, Fields was very insistent that, but I guess Fields had a good reason to be certain that Bert and Irving were hooking up at work, because he'd heard that he was hooking up with someone, and Irving comes banging on his door. So I guess there's that.
An erotic entanglement? Was that it?
That's erotic entanglement.
Yeah.
But I still want to know why Lumon is telling Irving B that he's very skilled in kissing and lovemaking.
Right? By whose metrics did you get this information?
Yeah.
Is it those people that sit and watch them at work? Do they do scores on your lovemaking as well? Were they watching Mark and Haley?
Maybe they rave based on waffle parties.
Yeah,
maybe.
Miss Hung was actually watching Gretchen and Dylan, so they must have had somebody watching.
Oh yeah.
They might have had another version of the conjugal visit room or a waffle party. Maybe he went to a waffle party. Who knows?
Oh man,
that was sincerely one of the saddest parts of the episode. Little Eustace apologizing to Dylan for not being a good enough facilitator.
Yeah, so sad. And just Dylan, everything about Dylan. I mean, the ring. Oh my God, the ring.
The ring.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, that scene just broke my heart.
Yeah.
I didn't like how mean he was to Helly. That was kind of mean.
Yeah, that was shitty.
Yeah. But yeah, I felt bad for so bad for him. But yeah, I hope that works itself out. I'm certain. I refuse to believe that Irving is not going to be in next week's episode. I just refuse. I mean, we'll find out in a couple of days, but
yeah.
I refuse, and hopefully it's not going to end up on a note where like we're going to be wondering if he's going to be in the next season because I'll fucking rage. I can't.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I
listen.
mean, we know they don't mind ending on a cliffhanger and then leaving you waiting for 3 years. So
yeah,
True.
I didn't
try
have.
not to be surprised.
It wasn't supposed to be a cliffhanger though.
No.
Like the first episode of season 2 was supposed to be the final episode of season 1.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Imagine
I had
that.
heard that. Do you know why that happened?
No, I don't know, but maybe they just thought that was a better cliffhanger and then they just saved the first episode for the next season.
Damn.
I mean, definitely. That ending was, it haunted me for literally years.
I mean, and then the promotional materials were really heavy with that episode, the first episode. And maybe they had all that already done.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe the lead that it was going to be more quirky this season than it was. So
yeah, and then it's like darkest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seriously. Before Dawn has to hop off, I just want to go around and get everyone's who are you putting in the break room and who are you and who are you giving an incentive to and what are you giving them? Let's start with Jazzy.
Break room is Drummond. Fuck that guy. I knew he was like gonna be evil, and I have a hard time with it because I love that actor. I've never seen him play not just a sweet little teddy bear of a man, and I'm really struggling hating him so much in this season. But yeah, break room for 3 days. That was awful.
Yeah.
Why is everyone at Lumen such a fucking sadist? It's bizarre. Like, it is weird. They get off on like weird power shit. Anyway.
Yeah, they really do.
I think incentive is going to Bert for rescuing his sweetie and getting him out of there, and he gets a day to bang his boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Dawn?
I think I'm gonna send Gretchen to that break room for being stupid. and being too honest. No, sometimes honesty does not pay. Go in there and think about what you've done to your Dylan. And rejecting him when he's proposing to you with his own homemade ring. Like, no, how could you do that?
Oh, God, painful. Yeah. Painful.
But I'm going to reward Milchick for standing up to Drummond, and I think I'm going to give him a pass to Studio 54. He's rocking that 70s disco vibe.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think he would enjoy that. I think he'd enjoy
just
that
see
a
him.
lot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Scarlett, what about you?
I think I would send, if I can, because he's an Egan, James, because he also has a dumb name. James, not Jamie. James. To the break room for impregnating people that don't want to be impregnated, obviously.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
And then send Helly to the good place, because she was the only one of the core 4 that was still trying to find the testing floor.
That's true.
Yeah, good answer.
And I probably would like I don't know, try to erase her memories of being Helena so she has some kind of nice life.
I think I would make her a big egg mayo sandwich.
I think Helly would
like eggs can be nice.
Helly would not play around with the eggs. I think Helly would just eat the eggs and love it.
Give it a burger and fries.
Fried egg on top. She's going for it.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my God.
If I were gonna give Helly an incentive, I think it would be some new clothes. her own clothes so she doesn't have to fucking wear Lumen Blue every fucking day.
Yeah, it's true.
And those heels. Oh man, give her a pair of sneakers.
Oh my god. Yeah, the Helena's wardrobe is a little too boring. I am sending Helena to the break room for Infinity.
Yeah.
For her fucking egg terrorism. Po's mad. Po's mad.
Crimes against eggs.
Oh my god.
You just took pictures of eggs and you put them on her face and said, "See what you did? See what you did?"
Yes. Yeah. No, you know what? I'll do one better. I'll do one better. I'm gonna drag her over before she goes into the break room. I'm gonna drag her over to the handbook and find the volume that Irving stuffed the deviled egg into, and I'll rub her face in that in the fucking
should smell nice
rotten
and
egg.
Sulfuric right
now.
Yeah.
Suddenly now the deviled egg. The deviled eggs suddenly make so much more sense now.
Surprised I can't smell that.
Actually, no, I'm not even going to rub her face in it. I'll make her eat it like a normal person would eat an egg.
Like licking it out of a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of smashed, so I guess you really can't. But yeah, she'll just have to lick it. And I am going to I'm giving my incentives to Milchick for putting the smackdown on Drummond, and he gets a Cyborg Queen Media Severed Floor Devour Feculence t-shirt.
Yeah, coming soon.
Yeah,
can't wait.
Yeah,
that was my favorite scene.
Oh, it was amazing. But I mean, the vibes of the whole, going back to like a slave master saying, you're getting above your station by trying to sound educated. It was just like, the levels, and you can see all of that in Milchick's face, though he's trying to, say nothing. That was amazing.
Are they policing his language?
Yeah.
Why? Like, Harmony said chicanery this week.
Yeah.
Like that's how she always talks. Like, why do they only have a problem with him speaking intelligently?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny. I was I'm not even joking. I yelled during the train station scene where when Bert said we can't, I actually yelled at my screen, "It's called chicanery, not chicanery."
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's rare that I actually...
Chicanery.
Or milk chicanery.
You absolutely can't. You absolutely chicanery.
Chicanery.
I don't care how it's pronounced.
This episode should be dubbed Bart's Blue Balls, because he's just like, no, I can't, I want it, but I can't.
Man.
Circling back just to that Drummond scene real quick, I really loved that when he put it monosyllabically, he did not use a single word that had more than one syllable.
Yes.
Like, what a burn. Like, Milchick's such a sass queen. I know. He really won me over this season, from being like the most terrifying character to like one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
I know. I love it.
I hate to say it, but I do think he's going to be above John Turturro for the Emmy for supporting actor.
He deserves it. I really think he deserves it. He the levels that his like character, and like so much of it without dialogue.
Yeah,
so much of it with just physical acting. Like, I really think he deserves it. He won't. He won't be John Turturro, but he deserves it.
His face acting in that scene was superb.
Yeah,
and he barely changed his facial expression, yet he somehow still acted his face off he still acted his face off.
Amen.
I mean, it was
He's incredible.
it was kind of ridiculous. But I so I guess Mark isn't really reintegrated then.
No,
Yeah,
I guess not.
I thought that that Mark S would disappear, or they would become,
Yeah.
you know, all one person, but they're still able to access Mark S, even though he's been fully reintegrated. Or
And only when they go to the birthing cabin.
yeah,
confused.
I would assume if he went to the severed floor, it'd be the same.
Yeah.
But
And he
Yeah.
obviously any Mark doesn't remember IT Mark, so it's not like, you know, he was accessing one way but not the other, neither
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what's happened.
I mean,
Nothing.
yeah, it was like he just woke up from being at Lumon.
Yeah.
It's I hope that I really want the full like integration to happen. I hope it does. But I don't know. Do you guys what are your guys' predictions for the finale?
Yeah, I don't think they can do the full integration, because then it takes away so much of that limitations. You know, the whole mystery comes because he doesn't know what's happening. So I think I guess it won't work, but they'll get enough information from Marcus. I really have no idea what's going to happen, but I think Cobell is genuinely now flipped to being anti-Lumon because they've shit on her too much. And obviously she knows a lot more. She probably knows, you know, more than Milchek, whatever. So I'm hoping she manages to do some damage to Lumon as a company. I think Gemma's going to die. There you go. That's my prediction.
I think Gemma's going to die too. I hope not.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of leaning toward that too.
Scarlett, you want to go? You have predictions?
Well, I feel okay. Any Mark knows he's working on Cold Harbor, right? He knows he's working on that file. He knows he's 96% done. So they can still run in there. There's going to be this kind of collision in the testing floor because Helly's memorized all the directions, so she'll get there. And then Cobell is going to get them there somehow. So is Mark going to have to choose between Helly and Gemma somehow?
Yeah.
Like the doctor's going to make him choose, like that creepy doctor, Robbie Benson.
Yeah.
I think Gemma will sacrifice herself.
Oh God.
I think that's how she's going to die.
Well, here's the problem. If Helly actually does go down to the testing floor, if she enters any of the rooms,
she's back to being Helena.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's going to be an issue.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah,
I'll
that
leave it
is
to the writers. They can figure it out.
Yeah.
What if? Oh no! Sorry, I just had a thought. What if Helena kills Gemma?
Oh shit!
Whoa! Yeah.
If she goes into the testing floor, becomes Helena, realizes who she's in front of, and kills Gemma, so she can have Mark to herself.
I could see that because I mean Helena is totally on board with Cold Harbor. She doesn't want anything in the way of Cold Harbor.
But I think that the point is for her to complete the program. I think if she kills Gemma before it's completed, I don't know. I mean, I would not take it off the table though. That's fucking wild. I would hate that. But, oh my God.
I could see there being some kind of confrontational scene next week with Gemma.
Yeah. She'd be like, I banged your husband or whatever.
Yeah.
I would just think that Cobell wouldn't let Mark finish Cold Harbor, knowing what she knows.
Yeah.
I think I have a feeling that Mark might not make it back to work, but Helena is gonna end up trying to do what needs to be done in his place. Maybe I
Mhm.
don't know, but they apparently they need Mark to
Yeah.
finish it. So I don't know how that'll work. I don't know. But there's going to be something bad happening between Mark, Gemma, and slash Helena next week. I'm
Yeah.
certain of that. Something's going down.
I think.
What about you, Jazzy?
I think that. I think that Cobell's going to try to recruit Milchick to the anti-Lumon movement. I hope that that happens. I think we're gonna find out that Helena is pregnant.
Yeah.
By the end of the season for sure. I hope that we get to see where little Eustace is going, and that she starts a child rebellion.
Yes. Oh my god, that
Yes.
would be amazing.
Yeah. Let's have a spin-off show, Severance Jr.
Oh my god.
And then Miss Wong could lead them.
Yes.
Now we're gonna get that creepy animatronic ear puppet next week.
What?
So
I love you.
Yeah, that was in the trailer, and that's the only thing that I can think of that we haven't seen yet. I know there's other things that I'm just not thinking of at the moment, but that's the one that sticks out that I'm like super curious about.
I think.
Oh, and
that
Drummond slamming Mark against the wall. So Mark is definitely going back.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
sorry, Don.
I was just going to say, Cobell must send Mark back in to finish Cold Harbor.
Yeah.
I just have the suspicion that Helena is going to be pregnant with twins.
Oh.
One for the innie, one for the outie.
Oh, that is
that
interesting.
Dynamic goes down because technically, innie Mark's the father of both. I guess I don't know. I don't know how it works. Writers figure it out.
And they're doing some kind of like nature versus nurture experiment.
Oh man.
Oh,
Peter and Kier, but in female form.
Yeah.
There's going to be daughters too, because Mark said he had that whole Tibetan Book of the Dead thing where you just reach out and grab, like in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, they have couples that are making love, and you just grab the child decides which soul they want to go into, and he said daughter.
Yeah.
And I think daughters.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
I love how whenever Jazzy freezes up, she's frozen. You're frozen right now, Jazzy. I love whenever Jazzy freezes up. It's always like when she's making a sassy face.
Oh,
I thought she looked thoughtful.
For a minute, I thought she was just thinking. I didn't realize, and I was like, "Hang on, she hasn't blinked." Oh, here she goes.
Okay. How bad was my frozen face?
No, you just looked like this.
Oh, that's not too
frozen
bad.
face is I'm over this bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. It's so funny.
That was what I was most concerned with. I was like, am I like? Yeah.
that would be amusing.
It was like that face Kelly used on the Yellow Jackets video I watched. That like black and white angry face. I don't know where you got it from.
Oh yeah, the rage face.
My face is like that a lot during Severance.
I make that face quite a bit. I'm gonna be making that face a lot more for the rest of this season of Yellow Jackets as well. But all right, my back is screaming at me right now, so I'm gonna hop off. But everybody, go check out. Scarlett is actually co-hosts on a couple of channels. She co-hosts on Julie B Deep Dives and Sci-Fi Vision. So go check her out.
And this week, 7 p.m. on Sunday EST, we're gonna have the actress that plays Aquila on for an interview.
Oh, that's
And it's
awesome.
live, and you can send questions to Sci-Fi Vision, or you can just place them in the chat, and we'll get to them and ask her.
Awesome. Nice.
Very cool.
Very cool. Dawn, let people know what your podcasting activities are up to lately.
I have 3 podcasts. I have the Shipyard, where myself and my co-host Lucy talk about will they, won't they ships, largely from the past, but some current ones, classics like Moonlighting and Rented Steel. I also have Made for TV, which is myself and 2 other ladies, and we talk about women and underrepresented groups in television and the business of TV. And I also have the Custard TV, which I'm on just about every week, where we review 4 new shows and give a lowdown on what we think of the latest television. We'll be talking about some of the amazing stuff that's on Netflix this week, the adolescent Stephen Graham thing, which is outstanding. Watch that.
And you can find Dawn every Friday.
Here.
5 p.m. Eastern. And she'll be joining us for the last couple of Antler Queens episodes.
Antler Queens as well, yes. I'm very excited to be talking about Yellow Jacket too.
Yes, you're going to have to let me know when you catch up with the rest of the season.
Jazzy's warning me. No, don't.
I think it's getting good. I think it's going right down the path I thought it would.
Yeah, I'm liking this season a lot more.
I mean, they said they did bad things that were bad enough to pay somebody $50,000 to keep them secret. They're not going to be like, oh, we just ate a person accidentally because it got barbecued.
Yeah,
it's going to be much worse.
That's going to be my weekend, is catching up on Yellow Jacket. So
yeah, awesome. And of course you can find you can also, if you're a fan of Yellow Jackets or you can find coverage of both of those shows on our channel. And Yellow Jackets is airing right now, of course. This week is episode 6. And we do an after show every Sunday night right after the episode airs. And it's kind of like this. You can join in the live chat or call in or whatever, or just sit back and watch. But we have plenty of Yellow Jackets content, deep dives, all that up on our channel. So check that out. And we're bringing back the merch very soon. We got to get Severance out of the way because this thing has been a beast. No, we're still catching up, man. But everyone, thanks so much for joining us this week. And we will, if you are joining us live, you can check our recap. Our recap will be coming out by tomorrow, fingers crossed. But you can, it'll be the same discussion. The discussion will be exactly what you're watching now. So it's we're subbing in this week because of lack of time. But like our video and comment. That really helps us with the algorithm. And we'll see you guys next time. Praise Kier.
Praise Kier.
Praise Kier. Chosen one.